Hello, everyone. Let me get my comments up here. Thank you for joining me later than usual. Today's been a day. So, looks like I am live. Awesome. Okay. Oh, hey, Betty. All right. So today I thought we would use a few items from the Last Chance product sale. So our annual catalog is done on, let's see here, the date's always on the back, May 3rd. So our new annual catalog will be coming out May 4th. So several items in here are currently on Last Chance, which means when they're gone, they're gone. So if you're interested in those products, you can find those, the list on stampinup.com. And then I believe it's like the first thing that pops up is the Last Chance list. So you should be able to see that. All right, lots of great stuff. We are going to be using some of the items today. And some of them will also be from the mini catalog, which is good through till the end of June. So no hurry on these things. But if there's anything in here that you are wanting, you might want to check and make sure it's on the if it's on the retiring list, you might want to grab it before it's gone. And some items are gone already. All right. Excuse me, I had to clear my throat. I wanted to show you a project I made yesterday, though. Yesterday, I attended the Creative 8 Stamping Retreat, which is hosted by 4 Stampin' Up leaders. And I learned some things, got some inspiration about other things. So I wanted to show you a little thing I made. Connie Stewart had a project showing this storybook box, and she got inspiration from the old Lifesavers boxes that I'm sure many of us got as kids with the Lifesavers in it for Christmas. And I took her design and kind of tweaked it a little bit, but I wanted to show you a cute little box that you can make. It's totally adorable. And I added a little Velcro thing, and I made these cards that are in here to use up some leftover cardstock and an ink pad that I had. And I used our masks that are in the annual catalog, and I used the polka dot one, and I took my blending brush, this very one, can you tell? Because I haven't washed it out yet, but it will come out. And this is an old retired color that I was just playing around with, and I thought it looked kind of cute, so I kept it. And inside are 2 little holders, so someday I might show us how to do this. And then the cards, I used just a bunch of retired products. That's not. That is a current set, which we're going to use tonight. All right, and I used, these are retired as well. This is from the ice cream set that we have right now, and these are the Brilliant Wings die set right now, which are going to be in the new annual catalog, but they are available a little bit early if you're interested in those. So cute little happy birthday card set, and the envelopes and 8 cards fit in there. I thought that was a cute little box. I just wanted to show you that. I like making boxes for my cards because I do often give them away as gifts. So, all right, but I want to show you tonight's project. All right, I have 3 different variations, so I'm going to show you one. Here is our first one, and I did post a picture of it earlier, and my bow is not good, but that's okay. I got this idea from Nadine Hunter Dupree, a fellow demonstrator in her craft lounge, and we were just hanging out virtually, of course, and she was showing how to make this card. Now, I have seen this card before, but I had never actually tried it, so it is so easy to make and so cute too. So I used, I believe this is the Dandy Garden paper, the layered circled dies, the 3rd from the largest of each of the scallop and the smooth edge, the in color enamel dots, which I love, and they are retiring. So if you like them, I would suggest you get them. All right, and then that Dragonfly Punch. And this ribbon here is also retiring, the Bumblebee ribbon. So if you like that, you might want to get on it. You do not have to add this ribbon. I just liked it, and I thought it helped keep the card closed. Otherwise, it kind of opens up a little bit. Okay, so let me open it up. You ready? Ready? What? Comes out at you. It's so cute. And you can put whatever you want on these 2 pieces of paper, or these. You can even you make smaller ones and add more. I highly recommend using Designer Series paper or a thinner paper for this part. Cardstock will make it too thick and it won't open as well. All right, and so I use the In Color paper from the annual catalog, which is retiring. So if you're interested in this, you might want to get on that as well. This is the Dandy Gardens paper, which is in our mini catalog. Yeah, it's in the January through June mini catalog. So this is still available. And just to make it pretty on the back, right? Don't want to leave a thank you card ugly. We got prettify the back. So I took some stamps from the Dragonfly Garden stamp set. This one and this one. And the thank you in this particular card, this one right here, if you got it during Celebration, it was the Heal Your Heart. It was the thank you from Heal Your Heart. And this one, Kind People Are My Kind of People, is in the mini catalog right now as well. It is in the Simply Succulents stamp set. Kind People Are My Kind of People. If you haven't grabbed this set yet, it is, see, I die cut some more. Some beautiful, beautiful dies, but I love these here. They cut out, they cut out these perfectly, but they also cut out many, many, many other sentiments. So they're very versatile. All right, for this project, here's what you will need. Let's see, did I mention everything? We'll see. We'll see, won't we? You need a Misty Moonlight card base. Now, normally I do my card bases. Well, I'll just show you a project I've got going on right here. This is some retired paper I've been messing around with. I have my cards go this way. But this one is not. So it's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and fold that in half. Get my bone folder here. Give it a good crisp crease. My bone folder. There we go. All right. For the outside of my card, let's see, what paper did I choose? I wonder what paper I chose. I think it was this one. Yes, it was. And it goes that way. We'll say it goes that way. I think it could also go this way. I like it that way. Okay, so that will be my front. And I have sorry, I cut these last night and there we go. Okay, so I need a matte layer of 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then this is 5 1/4 by 4. And that will go on our front like that. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do that. All right, so hopefully you all have had a great day. It was all right around here. Nothing weather-wise, just kind of a spring day. I had a visitation to go to, so that's why I'm a little late, so sorry about that. It was very well attended, which is always a wonderful problem to have. All right. There we go, scoot it over just a smidgen. Okay, let me put that on the front of my card. And I just used the green glue because that's what I like to use to put on my layers. I think it makes it strong. Plus, in this case, you can see I'm a little crooked. It gave me a little wiggle room so I could scoot it over. If you used a tape runner kind of adhesive, it would be stuck. All right, and I will go ahead and put my back on too while we're at it. Okay, I went ahead and this is a 5 by 3/8 by 4 1/8. And this is where you can write your, if it's a thank you card, what you're thankful for this person. Okay, so we've got that. All right, so our outsides of our card are done. All right, so let's make the inside really pretty. All right, so you're going to need some ribbon. Now, this is optional, okay? This is optional. So if you don't want to do this, that is okay. I'm going to get a ruler here and a pencil. Now, this is 4 1/4. So I am looking for 2 1/8, and I'm going to put it near the bottom. And I'm just going to put a little dot right there. And I want to put another one right here. And I'm going to flip it around, do the same thing on the other side. And these dots will get covered up, so no worries about erasing them. Okay, and again, this does not have to be perfect, just a little guide for you. All right, so how I put my ribbon down was I used our mini glue dots. So each of those dots I just made with my pencil, I am now going to put a glue dot over them. Okay, I like to use my little pokey tool. You can use your Take-A-Pick as well. I just have other attachments on the end of my Take-A-Pick that I like to live there, so I just kind of always leave those on, and then I just use the pokey tool. Okay, or sometimes I'll just put the paper right up against that. And then I just tear this off so that I've got it ready to go for the next one. Okay, so as you can see, I have 4 glue dots. I'll turn it this way so you can see that. All right, I am going to fold my ribbon in half so I can guess about where the middle is. Okay, it does not have to be an exact science. There's about my middle-ish. There we go. And I am going to put it over my glue dots. Give it a little rub. Boop. Ribbon attached. There we go. And, you know, it's close-ish. Not perfect. That's okay. It's plenty of room to tie a ribbon. All righty. So this next step is again optional as well, but I thought it looked great. What I'm going to do is I have another mat of the white, which is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I have some of the In Color Designer Series paper, which will be retiring. So if you like this, make sure you get it. It comes in a wood grain, some words, polka dots, and like almost like a denim pattern. So those are the 4 patterns that are all of the Color Collections Designer Series paper. You can get them in every single color that Stampin' Up! Has. Again, those are in the annual catalog, and they will be retiring soon. So if you like them, I would not wait. Those usually go. And I checked as of like 2 o'clock this afternoon, everything that I am using was available. However, that doesn't mean it's still available, and I have not been home to check. So hopefully everything is still available. All right, so we're going to put that on this side. You don't have to put the white. I just think it makes it look better. Also, with all these layers and everything that's going on, this card is not mailable with a regular 1 ounce first class postage. You're going to have to add some postage. I would recommend going to the post office and asking them to weigh it. I weighed it on my little scale here at home just a little bit ago, and it was like 1.2 ounces. So we definitely need the extra stamp or whatever they charge you. Okay, so I kind of wanted it to be the same. So I'm going to put this up here, hold my ribbon out. There we go. All right, so far we've got our front, we've got our back, we've got our inside matte layers, which again, if you only want to do 1 layer or even none at all, that's fine. Okay, so there's my front, there's my back. All righty, now for the fun part. Woot, woot. Okay, so you're going to take a piece, 6 by 6 piece of Designer Series paper, and it can be anything you like. But I will tell you this, it's going to end up diagonal. So if you have a pattern that's clearly an up or down or side to side, it's going to look a little silly. My first one, I didn't realize that, and I messed with my paper, and then I'm like, well, that looks silly. So we're not going to do that. So make sure that whatever pattern you use is not directional, as in, like if there were clearly things going this way that needed to go this way, it's going to be like this in your card, and it would look a little silly. Okay, so what you do is you take your 6 by 6 paper, and with your paper trimmer or your scoreboard, you score it at 3 inches, and then 3 inches, and then on one of the diagonals, score it from corner to corner. That's what you do. That's all the scoring there is. And I doubt you can see it, but I do have it scored. It's really hard to see because this pattern kind of hides the scoring pretty well. Oh, you can see it a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to score. And Actually, no, I want to go this way because I want this on the inside. So whatever pattern you want on the inside, make sure it's on the inside. Let me show you what I mean. So like on this one, I wanted the yellow dandelions to be not these. Okay, so I mean, yes, people will be able to see that, but you barely notice it. Especially with this kind of paper. I mean, it's Misty Moonlight on both sides. So, okay, so I've got my two sides. Now I'm going to score diagonally. Or am I? Ha! Okay. My score's like, no, you're not. Okay. And if you don't want to score that, if you want to just freehand it, that's fine too. Okay, so there we go. Do, do, do. All right, so now what you are left with is two squares that have not been touched and another square down here that has not been touched, and then two squares that have a diagonal down the middle. Okay, so what you want to do is hold it like this, have the two squares that are not have anything in them. What you're going to do is kind of turn these inside out, fold them on the diagonal, fold it on the diagonal, and there we go. I believe this is called a squash fold. I used to do origami in high school, and I loved it. I made all kinds of stuff, so give it some good creases. So you want this to be as flat as you can, so it fits in your card well. All right, so you're left with a square, 3x3 square. When you open it up, boop, like that. Okay. Now before I adhere it to this, I'm going to go ahead and add my inner little panels. So what I did is I took, so this is 3x3. So this is an eighth down. So this is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8, and that's going to go like that. And then I tried a different stamp this time from one of my favorite sets that's retiring. Okay, I love this set. It's so sentimental. I love those sentiments. I use this all the time. So I took the I Can't Thank You Enough, and I put it diagonal on my, now this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. So I just went down by 8ths for each one. So it's just a tiny little bit. And if you don't want that, you could just put it on there too. You don't have to do the little matte square, but I liked it. So there's that one. And then I still stuck with the kind people are my kind of people for this one. I liked that. Plus, I used our Dragonfly Punch and punched out 2 little baby dragonflies. So we're going to put those on as well. All right, so let me glue those puppies on. I went ahead and did all my stamping tonight because I figured this card was going to take a little bit of time because it's got lots of parts. Lots of parts. So again, I saw this on Nadine Hunter Dupree's. She has a Facebook group called the Craft Lounge. It's a lot of fun. Sometimes she'll just pop on and we'll do Zoom crafting. Good conversation all about crafting. That's a lot of fun. She's in the Detroit area, I believe. I met her, well, I haven't actually met her in person. Met her on a demonstrator Zoom chat once. I like her. All right, so the other project I showed you was from Connie Stewart this weekend. I've seen it other places as well, but she kind of put a new spin on it, which I liked. Okay, and I put a new spin on her spin, so hey, I had the Velcro and added the little flappy flap. So please always just be inspired by everything you see. If you see an idea and you're like, ooh, I like that, then tweak it to make it your own. I do that all the time. Like this, I added the layers. I don't think she showed it with the layers. I'm a matter. I'm a matter. I love the matte stuff. Okay, so let me add my little bitty dragonflies. I just put a little, you could put a glue dot there as well. I'm putting a dot of glue. And I fluffed its wings a little bit, but it's going to get squished in if you mail this. So I'm not going to spend too much time fluffing its little wings. So put a dot of glue or a glue dot. That is up to you. This green glue is super strong, so I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to fluff his little wings just a little bit. Okay, there we go. All right, now to stick it in the inside. There we go. I'm going to fold it back into that squash fold. All right, so now we're going to put it in here. Now, I'm going to definitely do a dry fit before I put some glue on it and go for where it's going to be. So your edges should pretty much be on the edge of your card, okay? Not over, not like this. Okay, so you got to get a feel for it. And you also don't want it exactly on the middle crease. You want it down about at least 1/8 of an inch to allow for the card to actually fold. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on the bottom part. Then I am going to double check and make sure that I did not flip it the wrong way. Nope, okay, because that may or may not have happened before. Okay, so I'm going to keep my point up, but I'm going to turn it so I can see better. I've got my edges, which are going to go on the very edge of the card. Okay, so I'm going to hold it like that. Come down at least 1/8 of an inch before the glue sets. Pick it up, make sure it doesn't go over the side of my card, and scoot it over just a smidgen. And I think that's a good fit. Might move it up just a tiny, tiny bit. There we go. Okay. Now give it a good pressing. Use my bone folder to press down. Okay, you can probably start to hear my dog. He is snoring. Okay, now I'm going to put glue on this side. Not all the way to the edge. Then close your card while holding this down. Close your card. There you go. Now I'm going to turn it over, go in with my bone folder, press down on that side. Okay, so basically my card is done, except I want to decorate the front. So again, I took those layering dies, the third from the largest of the scallop and the plain, and die cut those out. So I'm going to put a little glue on here. You could use squares. You could use any layering dies you have, or just cut out 2 squares of, that are just one a little bit larger than the other. Okay. Put this on the middle now. Okay. And it's centerish. You don't, there's no rule that says it has to be centered. If you want it down here, you put it where of course, you can decorate your front with whatever paper you have or like, or you could make it super even fancier than I have. Then I took this dragonfly from Dragonfly Garden and I stamped it in Misty Moonlight, and then I punched it out with the punch and colored it with Wink of Stella. So you probably can't see that it's shiny, but it is. Okay, so before I stick this on, I'm going to fluff its wing up a little bit that way, just a little bit that way. I'm going to put a little line of glue on his little back, not too much because you don't want it to ooze out when you press him down. Or her, I don't know, could be a her, I don't know. Okay, press it down, I'm going to floof its wings back up. Okay. Oh, you know what? Before I put it on a glue dot, oh, do I still have time? Or dimensional. Let's see. Do I still? Oh, I do. Lucky, I still have. Okay. We're going to put on a mini dimensional. I meant to mini dimensionalize it, not glue it. Silly me. That's okay. Put 2 little mini glue dots in here. There we go. Take these off. Again, I will find them everywhere later, I am sure. Ah, come on now, get off my finger. Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna put it right back where it was, except on there we go. I'm like, something isn't right. Oh yeah, dimensionals, yeah. Okay, and then I'm going to take my 2020 through 2022 in color enamel dots, and as you can see, I don't have any Misty Moonlight. Can you tell which colors I use the most? Except I just had to break out a whole new pack because I needed some for this project. So I'm gonna take those off of there, and I'm gonna put one up here. I'm gonna take one down here-ish, and we'll put one over here. Okay, one last step, tie the bow. Now, I'm gonna put my lid on my glue because, you know, I recommend doing this when you're going to tie the bow. Put something heavy down. Well, earlier I used this. Let's see if this works. There we go. We're just gonna do that. Keep your card closed while you're tying the bow. And my dog is scratching himself. Sorry about that. Okay, so again, I am not going to tie a super fancy bow. I'm just going to tie a bow that will work, because what's the first thing these people are going to do? They will open it. They aren't going to care if your bow isn't perfect. And my bow, seriously, I never have trouble with bows, but today I have been on a struggle bus. I don't know what it is. My fingers must not be feeling it today. All right. There we go. Now I will trim that end off to make it a little more even. There we go. I just don't know where my paper snips are. I would have used those. Okay. So there is a beautiful thank you card. Of course, you could make this birthday. You could make this any occasion. You can write all kinds of stuff back here. I might suggest writing before you press this down if you're using ribbon, because it probably wouldn't get in the way too much, but there is a ribbon going down here. So if you're going to add the ribbon, I might suggest writing on your thing before you put it. Okay, so that's one example. Let me show you the one I showed you earlier, and then I have a new one I haven't showed you yet. All right, so there's the one I used earlier. They made this in Bumblebee, and that again is Heal Your Heart. That is simply Succulents. That was a celebration, so if you don't have that one, sorry, you'll have to find a different thank you. This is in the mini catalog. This is retiring, so if you like this wood grained paper, you might want to get on that. This is Dandy Garden. It is in our mini catalog. All right, last one I have not shown you yet. Oh, might be my favorite one. Okay, so this is Playing with Patterns paper, and it is retiring. So if you like it, you better get on it. I love it. I put this one in Night of Navy, and then these are from the annual catalog as well, Playing with Patterns sequence. This is an old, oh, maybe it's not. I can't remember where this ribbon came from. It's Night of Navy. So let me show you what it looks like on the inside. Oh, okay. So again, this is Playing with Patterns paper. So is this. And I used purple posy cardstock and cut the little dragonflies out of there. So I love that color combination. And then I used a purple posy layer, a matte layer, a basic white with the flowers and little dragonflies. I love this color combination of Coastal Cabana, purple posy, and Night of Navy and white. Might be one of my favorite color combinations ever. So 3 different cards, same layout, totally different looks that I think whoever you send it to would very much appreciate it. Plus, they're super fun to make, this explosion card. Okay, so again, the annual catalog is ending soon, and the last chance products are the first thing I believe that pops up when you go on the website. Many amazing products, including some of my absolute favorites, these enamel dots. I love these. So I may or may not have bought a few extra packs. All of the in color ribbon like this is also going. So all 5 of our in colors, yeah. So you might want to jump on that if you liked those. This beautiful stamp set is retiring. And it also has some amazing dies too, which I have on my die wall. I don't have them in there. All right, so if you have any questions, my email is boxstarstamping@gmail.com. I will gladly answer any questions you might have. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night and happy crafting. Thank you. Bye.